Hi, my name is Nomalanga Mhlauli-Moses with theblackhomeschool.com, and this is Shaquita Graham with atechco.com. Today we're discussing a very interesting article that is up at theblackhomeschool.com. In the article, I just want to pull up the article and read a little bit of the excerpt of it. It basically says that the title of the article is a study shows that young and gifted Black students are more likely to be put into advanced programs, or what we call gifted programs, by Black teachers. So now you also have to consider the fact that are many kids actually taught by Black teachers or not. So the article goes on to say that overrepresented in special education classes, Black kids are only half as likely as white students to be placed in public school gifted programs. Only 2% of Black students and 3% of Latina students are in gifted and talented programs, which is in contrast to 4% white students and 6% Asian students who are enrolled in these gifted classes and programs. So why are gifted classes mostly white and Asian? Well, this study suggests that many bright children of color are being passed over for advanced programs, and this can change if they have Black teachers. The intervention of Black teachers may provide the key. This is nothing new for Shaquita and I. We're both homeschooling moms, so these are things that we already know. And we're, in essence, Black teachers to our kids. Does this information surprise you, Shaquita?
Absolutely not. I think it's very important to know that the information is out there so we can begin as a whole in the Black community to recognize the damage that's being done to our children in the form of lost opportunities, degraded self-image and things like that, so that we can come together as a community, create different options for our children, whether it's in the form of co-ops, homeschooling co-ops between Black parents to share the workload, or if it's pulling your kids out and homeschooling them yourself, or if it's really getting serious about having a curriculum that we teach them after school, because there's already been evidence in a study in 2012 that white teachers specifically, they rate the behavior and the academic potential of Black students more negatively than those of white students. Right. So we've known this for a long time. It's just like, what are we going to do about it?
Okay. I just want to read one other little thing. Perhaps some would explain the disparity by noting that Black children are poorer with fewer resources and less access to opportunities, as if that's all there is to it. And then others would simply say the difference, or attribute the difference to a so-called low aptitude among Black children, which translates to saying Black kids are dumb, and suggesting that Black children just aren't good enough or smart enough. And of course, we know that's not correct. I just wanted to basically piggyback on what you were saying and saying that, you can pull your kids out of school, but one of the things that I often talk a lot about is you can do like you said, a homeschool curriculum even though they're in school, which is part-time homeschooling or supplemental homeschooling. So your kids are getting the added benefit of you as a teacher, their parent, in addition to the school system. And then the other thing that I also add is I think that if your kids are in school, and again, I want to be clear, I advocate homeschooling, but if your kids are in school, I think you should insert yourself at every opportunity into the school. Be a classroom mom, go to the meetings, go to curriculum, when they're planning the curriculum, be there to have a say-so about what your kids are learning. Be there to look at the statistics of how many of the Black kids are getting into these gifted or special programs that are for kids who are supposed to be smarter. And what's the process? How does it all happen? And ultimately, it's, we shouldn't have to tell parents this, but it's ultimately about every parent advocating for their child or their children, even while the kid is in the school system or not. Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And the thing is, most teachers are, like, basically a study in 2012, it said that even in minority communities, 82% of the teachers were white. Then you pair that with the study from the American Sociological Association in 2012, where they say white teachers and other teachers look at Black students' behavior and potential more negatively. That says everything to me. And then who determines what is gifted? And if they do determine your child to be gifted, how does that change what they teach them? I think that every child needs to learn things like critical thinking skills, pattern recognition, logic. They need to be able to differentiate between propaganda and reality, or fact versus opinion. And I think that they need to know about themselves, their history. So to me, that's a gifted education. Then you add technology into it, which is a part of our lives. We can't get around that. Even if you don't want to be in a technology career, you need a strong foundation in technology. So that's why I came up with the techco.com. On top of that, you need a strong role model that is indicative of your culture and your image. And we're just not getting that in the public school system. And I don't know if we ever will. And I mean public school system, private school system, Christian school. So what are we left to do? We have to, I feel that in our community, we must make a change if we're going to build strong adults for the future of the Black community. I don't see any other option. We have to find solutions for this issue.
I just wanted to point out one of the things that you said is that there's an assumption amongst teachers that Black kids are exhibiting negative behavior. And this becomes even more true when it's a little Black boy. And here's the sad part of it is that that doesn't necessarily always hold true when it's just non-Black teachers. Even, unfortunately, Black teachers sometimes draw those erroneous conclusions and make those assumptions about Black kids. I mean, the chances are obviously better. The study suggests that Black teachers do look for more gifted Black kids and put them into gifted programs. But it's sometimes a double-edged sword in that they can also do what the majority of the population does, which is put Black kids automatically into the so-called special category, or less than, or not as smart, or exhibiting behavior that is unfavorable or undesirable, or whatever it is. So I just, I kind of want to reiterate, and I know I've said it before and I will probably say it again. The only thing that you can do as a parent is decide that you're going to advocate for your kids, regardless of whether they're in school or whether you're homeschooling them. But while we're on the topic of homeschooling, I want to come back to what you said. Shaquita is the founder of atechco.com. And what she does at atechco.com is she offers courses online that parents can enroll their kids in, and you can jump in anytime, Shaquita, if I'm not getting it quite right. And these courses encourage kids to learn technology and to use technology almost as a door to open their worlds to more things. Am I right?
Yeah, basically it has a computer science basis to it, and it allows them to get a comprehensive understanding of how to use technology tools and resources for career purposes as well as entrepreneurial purposes.
All right. And I also want to mention to the parents out there that I have also a course that I offer online at the Black Business School called the Black Homeschool Guide. You can find it at theblackhomeschoolguide.com. And what it basically does is it's a course that offers parents information about how they can transition their children from a public school or private school or whatever, education out of the home into a homeschool system. And that does include starting out while you're still in school, what you can do for your kids to supplement their learning. And again, this is an ongoing dialogue that I hope that more and more Black parents will have, where we're getting more involved in our children's education and not leaving it up to people who actually don't care about them and are likely to draw the worst conclusions about them. You don't even need Shaquita and I to tell you. Just look at the news and see what's happening to our children just walking home from school, from playing or whatever it is. So I would encourage you to check out ateco.com and also check out the blackhomeschoolguide.com. And again, the article that we're referencing is at theblackhomeschool.com, and the title of the article is, let me just quickly look it up. Study says young and gifted Black students are more likely to be put into advanced programs when they have Black teachers. So Shaquita, I just want to say thank you for joining me in this very important conversation. And for those of you who are not familiar with us, this is a segment of Your Black Women, where Black women keep it real. And I hope that you'll check out more of us in the future. Thank you, Shaquita.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.